Welcome to 62 to Freedom. Last night there was an accident here, but the driver was okay. He just had some scratches on his arm and stuff. So that was all. Still gonna go down here and check it out. It's just the house of the Norwegian. That's a pretty good house. And their driveway, look, is way up high. And outside though, I guess the carport would have, hey. Carport would have messed up the look of the house. The house looked good. Hey, chickies. Hey, chicks. I heard that noise and like, snake is what you automatically think, but chickens. So, wow. I don't know how he didn't get hurt much, but I didn't see him. But George came down here. George heard it, and he came down here. And he said the guy just had scratches on his arm. Wow. Look, you're in the driver's seat. What the heck? How do you not get hurt? You got lucky. Wow. Wow, man. You got lucky. Because look how crunched up that is. It's not bad. The windshield don't even look like it's might be cracked, but it's not caved in too much. So, wow. He had to crawl out right there, but George talked to the driver and asked, was he okay? You're not gonna call somebody, but he said he was all right. Amazing how, you know, you can come out of an accident like this with just a couple scratches. Something minor, you know, not as much of an accident as this, and you can't come out of it at all. It all depends. Wow. What a trip. Goes to show when it's your turn. It's your turn. It's just like in my 40s, I was still feeling pretty invincible. And, but I slipped on some oil climbing on a big CNC machine and bent my leg out sideways 90 degrees. So my ACL came all the way off. MCL came halfway off. LCL was sprained. Fractured horn and torn meniscus. So every possible thing that could have happened to my knee happened. So you never know. There's so many things that could have went wrong here. He could have went off that cliff. He could have hit this. He could have hit that tree right there. He could have hit those concrete posts right there. But he did not. Even this right here would have been a tragedy. So it's the purple tree I see when I'm coming from San Jose. I can spot this purple tree because a lot of the curves look the same. They just kind of zone out until the purple tree is there. Ooh. Wow, what's going on down there? Scorched earth. Wow, still programming this, but I think I got it now. I got it locked in, so you just turn it on and it does the normal wash with 2 rinses, you know, spin, regular wash, rinse, spin with 2 rinses. But the water level kept going back to, it's on the 2nd rinse now. The water level kept going back to some preset. So it just back to back went to the maximum water level because I like a lot of water in there when it's rinsing. And plus it helps take the strain off your washer if there's more water in there. But you just have to wash the normal load, never a little small load, because then if you put small load in a big washer, then the clothes don't get as clean. I don't know if you knew that, but you single guys out there, you know, if you put the water level at 10 and put 2 t-shirts in there, they're not gonna get that clean because they don't have anything to rub on. They actually rub on the other clothes in there, so that's how they get cleaner. Doo-dee-doo, ha Georgie! You know that old saying, George? Huh? That old saying? It's an old saying. I'm gonna tell it to you. It's, you know, I heard it around when I was young. I was just in elementary school. Georgie Porgy, pudding and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry. You never heard that until I got here, right? Georgie Porgy, pudding and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry. He said, it's just like a nursery rhyme or something like that. Huh? Yeah, before high school. I think I was only like 10 or 12 years old. Georgie Porgy, pudding and pie. Hey, subscribers, if you heard, do you know anything about that little rhyme? Georgie Porgy, pudding and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry. If you know something, tell me in the comments. Cause I barely remember that, man. I don't know. It kind of stuck in my mind, you know. It's like that tricky little rhyme. Georgie Porgy, pudding and pie. But there was no even George in my class. It was just something people said. I don't know. And when you met a George, you tell them that. There was this, if you're watching this video, George, this other machinist I worked with, he was like a millwright. He worked on a mill in my shop, a milling machine. And we had mostly lathes, but we had a couple mills. And his name was George. I'm pretty sure I told him that too. Georgie Porgy pudding pie, because the girls have made him cry. I told him that too. Basically, every George I meet, I tell him that. Hey. So if your name's George out there, quit kissing them girls and making them cry. Woo! So it's just beautiful here. It bears repeating. It's beautiful. Capital G Orges. Capital G Orges. Woo! So a year ago, or 13 months ago, when we started this in March, March, we started this build. Almost immediately we dug this well because, you got to have water to fix concrete. It was a drought back then, and so this well was dug to the level where there was already a drought, which, the underground springs from up on the mountain, they never end, but they get slower. They slow down during the dry season. And the well does not depend on groundwater anyway from the rain. It's from a spring, but the spring does slow down, when there's no, the groundwater eventually sinks down to where the spring is, but, it's super clean by the time being filtered that much. Anyway, that being said, this morning we were washing clothes with a wash machine, and she was hand washing, and George needed to rinse off the fence to get all the dust off of there so he could prime it. So for painting, the skim coat is really, it's like chalk, till you seal it with the primer. So he needed to rinse that off. So, but this morning, my daughter, when I woke up, I had turned the well off, so while we're sleeping, it don't kick on and run dry. Which I don't know why it would do. If somebody gets up and it could have just been that one flush that triggered the pump to come on, and they don't notice it, go back to sleep. So I just turn it off, build the pressure up on the pressure pump, and just turn it off. But this morning my daughter wanted to take a shower, so she came and got me, and I turned it on, and the pressure pump came on, and while she was taking a shower, the well pump came on. So I came down here and primed it because I think the foot valve is leaking. That's why, either that or, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I'm pretty sure the foot valve is leaking in here, which, requires a lot of digging and everything to get it up out of there. So anyway, I filled up the whole tank, and it cut off by itself this morning, meaning that it had enough water down there to fill that whole tank up. So it didn't run out of water and cause me to have to prime it, because there was plenty of water in there. So now that we're operating so much water today, washing on two ends, and I tested the power washer, which I got the power washer working again. Thanks for that info. The pressure washer was made to, you could just put it in a bucket, and it had a filter thing on the end. You could just stick it in a bucket or hook it up to your house. But somebody one of my YouTube friends told me that it's better to, if you hook it up and it gets a little water pressure on it, it will function better. So I tried it, and dang sure it worked. It worked right away, and there was no problem. So thanks for that, man. I'm gonna look through my notes and everything, my comments. I'm gonna find where you told me that, and I'm gonna get back with you. I wish I could call out your handle right now, but I cannot because I can't remember who. Anyway, your advice worked. Dude, thanks a lot for that. I appreciate it. I don't know everything in the world. If I did, I would surely be dumb. If I thought I knew everything, I surely would be dumb. I'd be a dumb butt. Anyway, just a family channel, that's why I said it like that. So, we're gonna see this, can this one well right here fill up the tank twice. I just did it 4 hours ago. So, that's not much recovery time. So we used a lot of water. So the tank is not full and the well is not dry yet. But it's coming soon, one or the other. It's air coming out of it or water. That's the next test. Because it seems like it's taking so long. I don't know. Maybe the tank was super duper low. And also this wash machine is gravity. So if we got no electric and no generator, we can still wash clothes and we can still get water out of there. We can take bucket baths if it really gets nitty gritty. And there's no fuel, we can still function. So the next test is to take that nutmeg off. Not all the way off because, and if it doesn't squirt water out, it just does a little pressure. So let's try to get a look at that. All right. The water's coming out of it, not air. See that? Water's getting pumped into the tank. If you couldn't see that, you can see my glasses. It squirted in my face, so voila. There's no doubt it's filling the tank up. It's just taking a long time. Wow, see that? Turned off by itself. That means the float valve turned the pump off. So that's 2 times this one well has filled that tank up, or at least filled 3/4 of that tank up in the last 5 hours. So that's it from 62. George continues to work on this wall, and we'll get back with you when there's something exciting happens. Something super duper exciting, except for the sun burning my head. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna. I think I'll go on an adventure today.